Hi guys, it's Bunch here, and today I've got a very special video for y'all. Because it's the event troop season and Legends League is boring, and I have gotten a nice triple streak going in hard mode, I've decided to show my most recent tournament hard mode war attacks. So, here we go. So here's the first base out of 3 that I will be showing in this video. Now I chose to do Root Riders on this base with a Spirit Walk for reasons that you shall see now. Where's my RC? There we go. RC just gets a compartment. Nothing too special. She just goes and takes out a compartment. She just sets a funnel. So unfortunately, there is a lot of bombs here. She gets hit by the Town Hall. More bombs. And that ability goes off, but it's fine because she didn't die. That's the most important part. She didn't die and she set a funnel. Look at that. She sets a funnel for the heroes. I don't send the Root Riders now. I send the heroes because look at where the heroes are gonna go. They're gonna go straight to the Town Hall. The walls are open here. And I have the new Queen equipment, the action figure. It spawns that big old giant. And it tanks so much. It tanks so much. So the heroes are going to take out the Town Hall. I have a Siege Barracks to set a funnel for the Root Riders because look at what's down here. There's nothing here that can take out my Siege Barracks troops early. So they're going to do a solid job. Keen takes out the Town Hall as planned. Siege Barracks sets a perfect funnel. Now the CC troops come out, so I send the Overgrowth because I do not want my troops to be stuck fighting the CC while the Monolith, the scatter shots are firing at them. I do not want the troops to be stuck while the core, all that damage takes them out. So look, I can delay my Warden abilities so long here. There's the Headhunter to take out the Minion Prince. And the Queen, as the Overgrowth expires, is in prime position to take out the rest of the core. And you can see now, I have an abundance of troops, 2 freezes and an invis left, and there's really nothing that can stop my troops from taking the rest of the space. So, that just shows y'all, you can't send everything arbitrarily now. You can't spam all the Root Riders. You have to send everything with a purpose. I did just that, and it worked wonderfully. That is a 3-star. Now here's the second base in this video. Now you might recognize this base because it's very popular in Legends League right now. People have been using it a lot over the past month or so. Because if you look at it, 3 single Infernos, look at these rage compartments, you might think, oh man, this looks really annoying to attack with Root Riders. And you're right, because I am not using Root Riders. I'm using Fireball Rocket Loons for reasons that you'll see right now. Now first thing, these mortars are very easy to snipe with minimal troop investment. And it sets up a flinger. Look at what this flinger is going to get. Single Inferno, multi-archer tower, fire spitter, ricochet cannon. That is a lot of value. That takes basically half of this rage compartment. And look what I'm going to do on the other side. I have a Warden, 3 invis to take out the other rage compartment. This is the most important thing you need to remember when you attack rage bases with Fireball. Even if you take 1 rage compartment with the Fireball, there's still the other rage compartment to worry about, and it can be really annoying. That's why I have the Flinger, and it's gonna basically destroy this whole thing before my troops even get there. So next off, I have the Rocket Loons to snipe off the single Inferno because my Queen can't reach it. I want my Queen to go all the way to this Town Hall. I have a jump. I have Skellies to distract the Monolith. I have a Keen to tank for the Queen. And it's really important that I don't use my Keen ability early for reasons that you'll see later. Perfect funnel. These Ice Golems tank. I don't have wall breakers, so I can afford to take Super Barbarians. Monolith locks onto the King, that's fine, I can just use a freeze. And I use my RC here to take out these defenses, and so everything can just converge in this core. Flinger is doing great. Look at that. Exactly as planned. Now look at this king. Look at this king. King ability to open up the rest of the base for the queen. And he still tanks the heroes. RC, Seeking Shield, Rocket Spear, plus a Rage. Everything's destroyed. Look at what's left of this base. Rocket Loons just converge on the backside. And I don't even need my CC troops. This is an absolute overkill. I have all 4 of my heroes alive. This is what happens when basically everything goes to plan and everything's executed perfectly. Everything got the value they needed and it ended up in an absolute overkill. So that's that. Alright, finally, here's the third base in this video, and it's against one of the best teams in the world. If you play against one of these top teams, they know what they're doing with their bases. They're not gonna put a random base out there. They're gonna be baiting common entries. They're gonna be predicting you and what you do. So, if you look at this base, it's symmetrical, and from an RC charge standpoint, there's basically only 2 spots in this base that will give you a good value and good funnel, which is this 12 o'clock corner or this 3 o'clock corner. Now, this giant bomb, this Giga Bomb, is suspiciously placed near the edge of the base, and they do that because it deters an RC charge, because if there are some bombs around this Giga Bomb, then it can kill the RC really early. So you do not want to charge an RC straight into a Giga Bomb like that. So naturally, that leaves the attacker to come to the conclusion that, oh, I'll just RC charge the symmetrical opposite corner. But that's exactly what they want you to think. If there's one spot in this base to enter, it's gotta be baited. At least that's what I thought, because I did not RC charge that corner. That seemed like an incredibly obvious spot. That seemed too obvious, too good to be true. So, I chose to get a bit creative. Now, there doesn't seem to be a lot of RC value here, because, well, what's an Expo and a multi-archer tower? Or not the multi-archer tower, because I redirected the RC to go to the multi-inferno. And look what she's gonna get. She's gonna go straight to this scatter shot now. All planned out. Now that is some good value. And what did it cost? 5 invis spells. I think that's well worth it. So, you can see that there is a solid funnel established to the town hall. I have the siege barracks on the outside because, again, there's not much out there that can stop a siege barracks. And I have the king with the snake bracelet as well, because I've been liking it, honestly, if you send the king on the outside. Because it's just basically a skelly spell that doesn't expire. So, CC comes out, poison. This is where I overgrowth again, just because, again, I don't want all my troops dying while they're stuck on the CC. Warden ability goes off a bit too early here, in my opinion. I could have delayed that for a bit longer, because my troops aren't gonna go into that much damage until about now. And the RC Rocket Spear goes off because I don't want her to go into that much damage and die before her ability gets off. Now, unfortunately, my troops split a bit here. I did pop my Queen ability, arguably a bit early again, because there wasn't that much damage on her. These Valks in the RC are gonna go into this compartment, and as the Valks die out, look what's in this compartment. Look what is in this compartment. There's a tornado trap. There's at least 3 giant bombs here. As I anticipated, this corner was baited. So this is where the new equipment for the Archer Queen comes in. Everything else has died out. There's a lot of giant bombs. My Root Riders are dying. There's some skeleton traps. It slows down my troops so much. But as you'll see, this giant is gonna go all the way. So much tanking. So much tanking. This giant is going to go all the way with the queen. And together, they're going to clutch this attack. They are going to clutch this attack and get a solid triple when my team needed it. So that just shows y'all, against these good teams, you have to be creative. Some entries, they're just too good to be true. They're way too obvious, and they're probably going to be baited. So that's about all I have for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed my attacks, and hope y'all learned something from watching these and the commentary. So hopefully I will triple some more times this month to get y'all more hard mode videos. I know that some of y'all want to get into esports, into the esports scene, and it's a lot harder than you expect. You have to make good plans. You have to send everything with a purpose. You can't just spam everything in and hope it works. So that's all I have for this video. See y'all in the next one. Goodbye.